Hi and hello. We are here to talk about what is in my lunch bag. Girl, what are you waiting on? Follow me on Instagram, like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell notification. So let's talk about what's in my lunch bag for this week, okay? I'm really looking for something that can just be really quick because I just haven't had the capacity to think clearly and to really want to plan anything super elaborate. So for my meal prep this week, I did the same breakfast sandwiches, but this time I put them on whole wheat English muffin bread, okay? So last time I put them on the ALDI bread. This time I went to Trader Joe's and I bought some whole wheat English muffins. So I went ahead and I cracked an egg for each day in my pan like I did before. Then I went ahead and I added some egg whites on top, seasoned them babies with some salt and some pepper, and then I still don't have my ALDI caraway dupe, which means that I don't have a lid to put on top so that the yolk can cook at the same time. So I'm still having to flip my eggs over one by one, you know, after slicing them or whatever to make them like sandwich size. So once I flip them over, girl, that's it for the eggs. Now for sauces on that sandwich, you could opt for my homemade Chick-fil-A sauce, or you know, you could just buy the bottle of Chick-fil-A sauce from the store, or just get some extra packets from the restaurant, since Chick-fil-A like the only restaurant that's not stingy with the sauces. Or you can do jelly. Y'all saw in my previous ALDI video that I have not been able to find high fructose corn syrup free grape jelly from any of my regular grocery stores, so I didn't have any jelly on hand. So I just did my eggs on the whole wheat English muffin with some chicken breast lunch meat. I always use like a high quality lunch meat, and then that's what I've been having for breakfast. What I meant to do was cook us some green cabbage and my chili oil, but I forgot to do it. And then by the time that I was done with my meal prep and I noticed that I didn't cook it, I said, I'm not going back. I'm not exerting any more energy. I am done for the day. It's Sunday and I want to be done with my meal prep. So that was that. But I do like to have a side because I've noticed that when I have my breakfast sandwich with like some potatoes on the side, sweet potatoes, regular like roasted potatoes. I like to roast my potatoes with turmeric or like with that cabbage, then it's filling, like it lasts a lot longer in my stomach and I'm not reaching for a snack. For each of those sandwiches, I wrap them up in the foil so that I could just grab and go and take it to work. So when I take it to work, of course, I unwrap the foil, then I put on a paper towel or like a little plastic plate that I keep in my office, and I just warm it up for a minute and then she's done and I eat it. So for lunch, I used a meal delivery service. Not something that was already cooked, but all of the ingredients came to me. The thing about those meals is that it usually doesn't come with enough vegetables, in my opinion. I'm the girl who likes to have like half of my plate be vegetables. So for this meal, it was a Asian inspired bowl. Cause again, we doing bowls. So I boiled the white rice that came with the kit. I didn't add salt or anything like that. It just wasn't needed in my opinion. And then it came with chicken breast. The chicken breast was already chopped up in the little pieces. In my opinion, they also don't give you enough of the chicken when it's like a chicken meal. So it was really important to me that I added some extra vegetables to make it more filling. And then it came with some cucumbers, and you make like a, basically almost like a kimchi. So, but all of my cucumbers was smashed this week. 3 out of 4 of the little baggies of cucumbers was smashed and I couldn't use them. Luckily, I had some cucumbers on deck. So I made my little homemade kimchi, but you could just buy it, and then because when you buy it, it actually has the probiotics in it. It'll be super healthy and helpful for your gut bacteria. So I would recommend just buying the kimchi. You just cook the chicken breast in a little bit of oil on the pan, season it with a little salt, with a little black pepper, very basic, because what's gonna end up happening is you're going to mix an Asian sauce. In the Asian sauce, you are going to mix sweet Thai chili, ginger umami sauce, and then ponzu. Mix all of that up together, taste it as you go, and then when your chicken is done cooking, you're going to pour the sauce into the pan with the chicken, and then just mix it up a bit. Let some of the flavor mix in with the chicken breast, and then you'll be good. You're good to go. So I went ahead and I put a portion of rice in each of my glass containers, and then I put the chicken on top. And then I grabbed some vegetables, and this is why you got to keep frozen vegetables on hand too. So I grabbed some frozen vegetables out of the freezer, and I just so happened to have a stir fry blend. Okay, I just so happen to have a stir fry blend of vegetables in my freezer and a bit of edamame. So I took all of that out the freezer, and then I put it in the pan, sauteed it up a little bit, let it steam basically, because I didn't even add extra oil. And then I just added some soy sauce, umami seasoning, and that was about it. Oh, and then some sesame oil at the end. The sesame oil is really what's going to take it up a notch, okay? Because sesame oil is really good. The thing that makes Asian foods really good is that it has sweet, salty, bitter, sour, and umami. Those are like the 5 tastes that we get from any food. Now, Asian foods do a very good job of mixing those 5 things, and that's why their dishes are like so complex. So this meal was really good to me because it had a lot of those elements. The only thing that was missing was bitter, but that's fine by me. Like, I don't necessarily crave bitter, but I usually do like the other 4 elements in it. And then I put my cucumbers, you know, the little fake kimchi, in little separate Ziploc bags because I don't want that warmed up with my food when I take it to work. So once I warm up my food, I just take the little Ziploc bag and I dump the cucumbers on top. If you have little containers and you don't mind it taking up a bit of space in your fridge, then of course you can put it in your Tupperware container and or refill the cucumber thing each day. But I just like to get home with my lunch bag, take out all of my containers, rinse them out, put them in the dishwater, grab the next day's meal that's already in their containers and put them in my lunch bag and plop it in the fridge. My whole lunch bag is packed and ready to go in the morning. Even my water bottle is already filled in the morning so that I could just grab it and go, because I don't like to think about that kind of stuff in the morning. It just makes sense. If something is a habit, why act like it's not coming up? Go ahead and prepare. So then I had some cilantro left over. So I went ahead and chopped that up and I added it on top for a little bit of a fresh element on top of the cucumbers as well, because the cucumbers were fresh. So for snacks this week, I had mango. So I'm going to show you how I slice up my mango. It'll be inserted here. And then when I am done cutting up the mango, I just kind of like shave the extra meat off of the skin because I don't want to waste it. And then I just go ahead and I eat that little bit of fruit that was still on the skin. You just gotta, you gotta have a good knife and you gotta know what you're doing with the knife so that you don't cut yourself. And I eat that. And then I also had, I think I only had 2 Gouda cheese sticks left in the fridge. So I'm trying to clear out the fridge. So I plopped the Gouda cheese stick in there, child. And then in my office, I always keep some type of savory snack. It could be a nut bar, like a Kind bar. It could be a regular like Nutri-Grain type of bar, or although those 2 aren't really savory, at least the ones that I buy. I also will keep like popcorn, like flavored popcorn, and then nuts. So for this week, I am taking the ALDI jalapeno and lime popcorn bag to my office, and I just keep that in a drawer. And then when I need a snack, I'll eat that. Okay, that is all that I have. That is my meal prep for this week. That is my what I eat in a week when I am at lunch. That is my what is in my lunch bag. And until then, I'll catch y'all next time for a super easy meal prep idea. Okay, bye. Child, this is obviously a test since I still got my scarf on. Whew. All right, let's get this thing started. That's, what's that man name? Dr. Strange.